Hello. Hello, guys. How's everybody doing? Hello on TikTok. Hello on Facebook. Hello on YouTube. I don't think I'm on Twitch. What a day. What a day. I've been caught in the rain and had to go out. It was raining. It was very overcast, but it warmed up. It actually got warmer. And anyway, I had to go out, had to get the thread for the machine. I had to get a part for the chainsaw. And what else did I get? And then got a few other things, came home and yada, yada, yada. You know the deal. Hi, it's Bank. Okay, so we had a nice movie night last night. We had a lot of people there. A lot of people, a lot of new people, a lot of new members. Welcome to everybody coming in. Tonight, we're going to dial it back because I have some things coming up which will be premiere videos. And as soon as I can get the time to do it, tomorrow I have another interview with another guest. Today, the guest we had scheduled, she got sick. She was at the doctor. And so we got someone who came in for her, and she was talking about homesteading. It was very interesting about eggs. I never knew the difference between these eggs. We're rescheduling the mental health expert, but tomorrow we have another really good interview at 2 o'clock, so don't miss that. But I'm going to be doing some things with the Gypsy Rose case files, and they're going to be premieres. So I thought a good way to intro into that is if we kind of go through the case timeline, talk about some things, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So let me get into the video because I'm not in it, and that'll be good. Hi on TikTok. Hi Shay Mack. Hi Wendell Baker. Hi number 2. Hi Sobo Dog. Hi Just Me Being Me. Hi Just Me Ange. Hi TG Win. Hi everybody. Okay, let me go. Hi Baby Doll. Hi Baby Smith White. All right, and yeah, let me make sure we're on YouTube, which is right here, I believe. No, that's for tomorrow. This one? No. Get rid of that. This one? No. Get rid of that. This one? Let me see. Yes, this is the live. Okay, so we are live. So this way I can see where we are. Let me move you. Oh, okay, I'll leave it there. Second tab. Okay. Now my new contacts, I mean my regular new you know what I'm talking about. They came in today, and now all of a sudden I just went to see something and it was like giving me a problem right there. It's been fine all day. Okay, so we know that in allegedly in 2005, sorry, I'm not allowed to drink. Okay. Gypsy was born July 27th, 1991. Now, her mother then changed it to 1995 to make her 4 years younger. But she was born July 27th of 1991. And Rod was 17 years old when he met Dee Dee, who was 24, in a bowling alley in Alabama. And he knew, like he said, she was different than any girl he ever saw before. But then, he woke up, he had a marriage. She told him, I'm pregnant. So he married her because that was what they did in Alabama, according to him. And then he said by the time he turned 18, he woke up on his 18th birthday and realized he wasn't where he was supposed to be. I wasn't in love with Dee Dee. And I knew I got married for all the wrong reasons. He said that she was a really good wife. He just was not feeling it at all. So he left. And in 1991, that's also when Dee Dee has Gypsy checked for sleep apnea. She says that, she's stopping breathing and she has sleep apnea. And she told Rod, according to what he said on documentaries, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to drink. Okay. And then we go to August of 2005, because that's when Hurricane Katrina hit, right? And that's when Dee Dee claims everything was wiped out. They lost everything, all of Gypsy's medical records, birth certificates, everything gone, gone, gone. So, yeah. Okay. And, there's pictures that are shown in documentaries where you see this house, like, all this stuff is, like, it almost looks like a tornado, okay? I mean, and I don't know. They show that, and I'm like, where do they get that from? It's crazy. But 2008, after Hurricane Katrina, Dee Dee and Gypsy relocated to Springfield, Missouri. Now, this is so much confusion about this house, because if you listen to some documentaries, that house was owned by the medical facility that was treating Gypsy. They owned the house, and that's why they said, we own this house. We can put Gypsy and her mom in here. And Habitat for Humanity, what they did, they put the ramp out. They lowered light switches. They made things handicap accessible for Gypsy, who is allegedly in a wheelchair. So, okay. That's what happened. And let me get a graphic up here, because it's always more fun with graphics. But then there's people that go around and say, no, Habitat for Humanity built the whole house for them. And then there's a lady that's going around YouTube and saying, like, completely things that, they designed this and that and yada yada. And no, that's not what happened according to the documentaries that we saw. Okay, that house was built. Now, an easy way to find out, okay, is to... Let me put this here. Come on. Okay, so that was their house, and it was on Volunteer Way. Well, hold on. I want to just look up some information about this house. We're going to take a true crime deep dive. All right. 2103 West Volunteer Way. Take a look-see at it. Died in house. All right, well. So let's not get hung up on this right now. We can check this out later. Let's get back to our timer. So there's the house, okay? They painted it pink. They fixed it up. I think they got them some furniture. I mean, the couch that was there was pretty, old, but... And gypsies, with this Habitat for Humanity coverage, okay, when they came and put the ramp in and everything, and Gypsy was hammering a nail into it with her mother. This story got out there, right? And everybody's paying attention. It's hitting the media. Oh my gosh, look at that little girl. And she, in turn, with her mother, received an outpouring of support. People were sending cash in the mail. They got charitable contributions. It's just free trips. I mean, long trips, weeks at a time, to Walt Disney World, backstage passes to Miranda Lambert concerts, whale watching trips, all over. They were going to the Comic-Con, the, Star Wars conventions, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, so then what happened, right? They're in Springfield. You can jump right to the murder, but we want to go to a little bit before that, okay? When certain things were happening, like when she met Nick at the movies and when she started contacting Nick and all that stuff, right? So let's take a look. Oh my gosh, what did I just knock over? Is that my cool thing? No. Okay, so Dee Dee, let's go back towards, she had the sleep apnea. And by the time Gypsy was 8, Dee Dee was saying that Gypsy was suffering from leukemia, muscular dystrophy. She began using a wheelchair. Remember, she had a motorcycle mishap, and I think she scraped her leg or burned her leg, but they're very slight. And she just started putting her in a wheelchair then. But her own relatives knew that she knew how to walk, and Gypsy was walking, out at home. So we got all that, okay? Now, one of Gypsy's former physicians, Dr. Bernardo Flasterstein, claims he saw red flags when he examined Gypsy for muscular dystrophy and cerebral palsy. He said there was nothing that she had to support either one. Kind of made him very suspicious. His concerns grew when Dee Dee said that Gypsy's former diagnoses were wrong when he told her that the mother was not happy. She left the office very upset, told my nurses, I don't know what I'm talking about, and that she's not coming back. Now, February of 2011, that is when Gypsy tried to escape from her house. But she got caught, and Gypsy claimed she was severely punished by her mother, locked up, chained to the bed, dog leashes. That, I don't believe any of that is true, and there's nothing to support that. Gypsy said she physically chained me to the bed, put bells on the doors, and told anybody that I probably would have trusted that I was going through a phase and to tell her if I was doing anything behind her back. Without her mother knowing this, Gypsy created an online dating profile in October of 2012. And for about 2 years, Gypsy and Nicholas Godejohn, who she met on Christian Dating for Free, had a relationship and were sending video chats, photos, online messaging, and their conversations and their texts. We saw them, we've read them. Okay, they were like fairy tale declarations of love to X-rated messages. Gypsy also had a good friendship with her neighbor, Aaliyah Woodmansey. She would chat with her via Facebook account that Dee Dee didn't know about, and she told her and started to confide in Aaliyah that she was with Nicholas Godejohn and everything that they were planning. So Aaliyah said, and I quote, she would show interest in like different boys and try to ask me advice on like how do you approach them? How do you kiss a boy? Gypsy just wanted to be a regular teen. And then she went on to say she, meaning Gypsy, was talking about this new guy that she was now in love with and that they had met on a Christian dating site and that they were already planning on naming their children after him. Honestly, what I was thinking whenever I saw those messages is like they were just fantasies and dreams and nothing like this would ever really take place. But Gypsy and Dick were devising a plan to meet up in person for the first time, and they decided to do that at a movie theater in Springfield, Missouri. They could hope that if Dee Dee could meet Nick in person, she'd give her approval. So they were going to see the movie Cinderella, the live-action Cinderella. And Dee Dee was introduced to Nicholas, but Gypsy says she didn't approve and that she got jealous because I was spending too much attention on him and she ordered me to stay away from him. I don't believe that at all because that's what Gypsy says. He ordered me to clean this up. He ordered me to do that. That I believe is all lies from Gypsy, and that's my opinion. I believe that Nick thought she said that because I believe that that's what he had to believe in order to believe that Gypsy had no way out of there, right? That it was never going to work out unless they did the unthinkable, okay? So, Gypsy said that argument was a very long argument that lasted a couple of weeks. It was at this point that Gypsy decided she wanted her mother dead. I don't think it was at that point. It was way before that point, right? It was not because I hated her. It was because I wanted to escape her. Yeah, okay, Gypsy. Keep telling somebody that. June 9th of 2015 was the day that, on the murder, Godejohn travels back to Missouri where he checks into a local motel and he waits for Gypsy to tell him Dee Dee is asleep. Gypsy gets the knife to kill her mother for Godejohn. She shoplifted that from Walmart. She gives him gloves, but then tells him he doesn't really need to wear gloves because, look, she wants him to get caught. And then she says that Godejohn ordered her to go hide into the bathroom while he did this. And then she said, I honestly thought he would end up not doing it. But that wasn't the case. Dee Dee was stabbed 17 times. And then they left in an Uber to go back to the hotel where she was remorseless. She made these videos about eating the brownie and all of that business that's, really hard to watch that stuff. They tried to leave the next morning. There is video footage, and I do have it. I'll probably show it tomorrow, of Nick trying to check out at this hotel. And he finally does. Gypsy doesn't come in because she had snuck into the hotel so they wouldn't have to pay a little extra charge for her. So they go to the bus station, but the bus station cannot get them both on the same bus. So they're like, oh, screw it. We don't want to, let's just go back to the hotel. We'll leave the next day. Now keep in mind that they ship the knife back to Missouri, the murder weapon. And Gypsy, well, the way Christy tells it, her stepmother, was that Gypsy thought there were metal detectors in the bus stations. So she decided to send the knife to Nick. But why would she send the knife to Nick? She wanted him to get caught, okay? And she really thought she would be off scot-free. Nick is not a person that she wanted to spend time with or spend the rest of her life with. Sorry, I had to take a drink. He was just a person that she was able to groom, manipulate, and get him to believe things that he had to, even if they weren't true, in order to hurt her mother, kill her mother. So Godejohn instead feels really terrible about what happened. And he said, and I quote, "I felt horrible about it. When me and her were in the hotel room, she kept on telling me, 'Stop crying, stop crying. There's no reason to cry. It was my idea. It wasn't yours.' Gypsy comforted me about it. I prayed once I got here. I tried to get her mother's soul to forgive me." He said also that the more he kept hearing about the good things about Dee Dee, he was really, really sorry that they did this. But on June 14th, through her Gypsy Blanchard Facebook account, Gypsy posted, "The biatch is dead." And then she posted other posts about how I stabbed that effing pig and I art her daughter and yada, 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 all this stuff. So she definitely wanted Nick to be found out. She thought she was going to get off scot-free. So through those Facebook posts, her neighbors get concerned. They get police. They get police over to the house, and Dee Dee is found in her home on June 14th of 2015. She has fatal stab wounds. Gypsy's missing. There's 3 wheelchairs in the house. And that's when a neighbor, Kim Blanchard, that's what she said. She panicked when there were 3 wheelchairs because she thought Gypsy couldn't walk. But police tracked those Facebook post down to Nick Godejohn's house in Wisconsin. And Gypsy later revealed in the interviews and everything that she wrote the post in hopes that someone would find her mother, and said, "I couldn't stand the thought of her just being there, because what happens if it would have taken months to find her? I wanted her to be found so she could have a proper burial." Yeah, I don't think that's the reason why. July 5th of 2016, as part of a plea agreement with the Greene County prosecutor Dan Patterson, Gypsy pled guilty to second-degree murder. Gypsy was sentenced to 10 years in prison, the minimum sentence for second-degree murder, and she did not have to stand trial, obviously, with the plea deal. In November 15th of 2018, Gypsy testified at Nick Godejohn's murder trial. In the weeks prior, Gypsy testified that she started having doubts, but then things were getting more and more physically abusive at home. The hitting was more, the starving was more. This is all BS, I believe, okay? Gypsy said the murder was her idea and she planned the majority of it. "I talked him into it." When asked why she didn't murder Dee Dee herself, Gypsy claims it was because she was too squeamish. "I don't like blood. I don't like the sight of blood." Now, isn't that funny? Weird funny, right? That's why. She was too squeamish. Not that I couldn't murder my mother. I couldn't do that to my mother, right? But no, she was too squeamish. Gypsy never considered going to the police due to the fear of her mother's retaliation. "I didn't think anyone would believe me. I thought they would eventually tell my mom and make my home life even worse for me. I feared my mom more than I feared anyone else." Yeah, right. She uses that as an excuse all the time. She used it for Ryan. "Oh, you're like my mom. You're scaring me," when he wasn't doing anything wrong. It's just a joke with her. Everything that comes out of her mouth is like lies. A jury found Nick Godejohn guilty of first-degree murder in the murder of Dee Dee Blanchard. And Godejohn said, "I was blindly in love." Craziness. Now, did you know that in the movie that Hulu put on, The Act, Gypsy Rose actually gave a statement that said, and that debuted March 20th of 2019. And Gypsy said, "I feel it is very unfair and unprofessional that producers and co-producer Michelle Dean has used my actual name and story without my consent and the life rights to do so." Really? Okay, June of 2022 is when Gypsy and Ryan Anderson got married. They started exchanging emails in May of 2020 after Ryan Anderson reached out to Gypsy. Due to the pandemic, the couple could not meet in person until July of 2021. Gypsy said, and I quote, "Our prison wedding was just something to where we can make our vows to each other. It was something that meant something to us." Well, I should hope so. But it didn't really, because she just threw it away. December 28th of 2023, December 27th of 2023, Gypsy revealed that she regretted her mother's murder in an interview with People magazine. She said that nobody will ever hear me say I'm glad she's dead or I'm proud of what I did. I regret it every single day. If I had another chance to redo everything, I don't know if I would go back to when I was a child and tell my aunts and uncles I'm not sick and mommy makes me sick. Well, why do you not know? Okay. Looking forward to her release in December 28th of 2023, she said, "I'm ready for freedom. I'm ready to expand, and I think that goes for every facet of my life." And on December 29th of 2023, Gypsy posts her first selfie of freedom on Instagram. And, Gypsy was out, right? But Gypsy announces a divorce. March 29th of 2024, she revealed that herself and Ryan Scott Anderson are getting divorced. And she said with this quote, "People have been asking me what is going on in my life. Unfortunately, my husband and I are going through a separation. I have the support of my family and friends to help guide me through this. I am listening to my heart right now. Right now, I need time to let myself find who I am." Yeah, really? Let me find out who I am with the baby immediately. Okay, so let me get this. Just realized we should have another graphic up there to put her and Ryan. So we were talking about them. Back. Trying to find where I was just now. Somehow I lost my space. That's weird. Okay, here we go. After reconnecting earlier this month, we realized that our love for each other is simply undeniable. She's talking about Ken when they got back together on early April 2024, right after that split from Ryan. Right after they met again at Jazz Fest, right? Okay. She said, after reconnecting earlier this month, we realized that our love for one another is simply undeniable, and life is too short to not take a chance. We have a history that made for the perfect foundation for a new beginning. We are together and in a wonderful place in our relationship. And July 9th of 2024, she announced her pregnancy via a YouTube video that was titled, "I'm Pregnant, My Journey So Far." She said, "I'm happy to announce that I'm 11 weeks pregnant. This was not planned at all. It was completely unexpected, but we're both very excited to take on the new journey of parenthood. I know that there are going to be people who feel like I'm not ready to be a mother, and I don't know if anyone's ready to be a mother. But her hope was to be everything my mother wasn't." Okay, so let's see. where our friends are. Where are our friends? So we have that so far, okay? And then we know that the mess it's been. She's supposed to only be able to go to Ken's 2 days a week. Now, people say she's already filming her second season of Life After Lockup. I don't know. I don't have confirmation. I know that she was in a hotel room earlier. I know that almost every day it seems like she's at Ken's. But I don't have for sure that she's filming it. But I would think it's probably true, and that's probably what's going on with the hotel rooms. So let's look at some other stuff, okay? Now, Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ken went to the same LSU game that Ryan was at. And that was interesting. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions about... Anybody has any questions or anything for me to look up, let me know. Let me check on TikTok here. Hi, people on TikTok. Hi, Ruffles. Thank you for sending the heart. Appreciate that. Let's see. Hi, Princess Cornflake. Hi, everybody. If anybody's on TikTok that wants to call in, you just can come in on Zoom. If you have any questions you want me to look up, anything to ask about Gypsy Rose, I'll do my best to find it out if I don't know it. And thank you, Amy, for sharing the live. Thank you so much. So nice. So yeah, I mean, let's take a look at some other stuff with Gypsy Rose. Okay. So now I'll tell you something that's interesting. This was the act actually did such a good job at recreating the Blanchard home. They really studied the photos and everything in the Blanchard house and wanted to make it as realistic as possible. So there's something, even though there's a lot of things that are not true in there, I still recommend that it's a good watch to watch, you know. Good documentary to watch. A movie to watch, I mean, sorry, not a documentary. And so is Gypsy's Revenge. I'm trying to get these other things that I want here. Oh, I know it. All right, here we go. These right here are things that they took out of the Godejohn house. There's that bag that he had. Here's the bag she had. Look at the movies that she took. True Blood, I believe, or what was that? Something like, looks like her dresses there, like the princess dresses. Strange stuff there. Okay. All right. Go over. See what other things we have. Stuff she was asking about in the interrogation. And this is some more stuff. So those were, I think, their bus tickets or something, right? Money, handcuffs, allergy medication, camera, digital camera. Faith book, that's that backpack that she had. Maps, cash bag, hairbrush, say toothpaste, something, or maybe that's not adhesive bandages. Okay. The bus tickets from Missouri to Wisconsin, Gypsy Social Security card, handcuffs, Missouri tourist pamphlets, a hairbrush, and $4,000 in cash that they stole from Dee Dee. There was Gypsy's bedroom. Come on. This is like Bubble Gum says, Mama says, I'm special. She's got that there. It's the baby cradle, this blue like Afghan for a boy. Is this like the TARDIS from Doctor Who? All this is, she thinks she's in an enchanted garden. Everything's a fairy tale. Yeah. She keeps such a neat room, right? She's worried about Ryan's clutter. So let me go back to see where you guys are, to see if anybody has any questions. I have some things coming up, and they're gonna do with more of the interviews and things in the case, and they will be premieres. I doubt it too. That's okay. Gyp's nuts. You said, Oliver. Okay. I can't believe it's 2:35 already. I might kick off because then I can maybe have some time before the interview tomorrow. After I've got so much packing and everything to do. Please keep Caleb and Alicia Hassinger in your prayers. That's all I'm going to say, but just keep them in your prayers. Let me see if I can get back to the live. I think we're going to just go off tonight and get some rest and come back tomorrow. It's been a really long day for me, and probably for a lot of you too. So everybody try to get some rest. We're going to go over more of this tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to try to get some premieres up where it's going to be looking at some very key points in throughout the timeline and the things that happened. That's all I'll say. You'll have to tune in. All right. Thank you. God bless. I love you guys, but I'm just really tired. I've got to get some rest. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, please don't forget. And I'll see you then. Let me see where the into ender is. Hold on, it's got to load up here. Thank you on TikTok. Thank you on Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on. Yeah, and K-Love too. They need prayers too. Okay. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Hi, lovely lyrics.